Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever slow and immersive channel update. And right off the bat, guys, thank you all who liked, commented and subscribed to my videos over the past 28 days and a little bit before that. There were 10 subscribers before that. I really appreciate it and it really makes me happy and motivated to see that people are enjoying something I've created and to see that there are like-minded people out there who like to play I think video games in general probably, but especially Paradox games in exactly the same way, without any exploits, without a preset strategy, and just trying to weave a coherent narrative, of course using, game mechanics. But yeah, thank you all very much. And the reason I wanted to make this little update is twofold. I thought one thing, firstly, and that probably won't take longer than 5 minutes, I will just maybe talk a bit about the channel, why I started it, and then maybe go over a little bit of the history and give people some tips as to what's it like to kind of just start a little gaming channel, and then go over some of the analytics and just show people how the channel develops, what works, what doesn't work. And the reason I wanted to do that is not because 200 subscribers is something incredible and amazing. There is, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of channels, probably with this number of subscribers. But I think what's always been interesting to me is you always see channels with, 5, 10,000, 100,000 doing kind of updates and explaining what they do right and what they do wrong. But I've never personally seen just like a mini channel explaining or just going over, really not even explaining. I don't even think I'm qualified to explain anything here, but going over the first 28 days and how does YouTube work? And how, what lessons have they learned? And you can see that my videos aren't perfect, my voice isn't perfect, the thumbnails aren't perfect. And so to anyone who is watching this video today, or in the near future or in distant future, you can always go back and look at the videos published prior to this one. I doubt they probably get a few hundred views each, but you will always be able to go back, look over these videos, and see how I've started, and hopefully I would have improved in the near to medium to distant future. But I'll leave these kind of videos here and just show people a few of the lessons I've learned, and you can learn those lessons yourself by watching those videos. So yeah, without further ado, let's go to the first part, I guess. Why did I start this channel? And there's really, I think, in life, whenever you want to do something, it's a good gauge for me is if you want to do something, there needs to be multiple reasons. And when there are kind of like 5, 10 reasons, it means it's probably something you really want to do. It's probably something you will stick with and something you're really motivated to kind of improve upon and do consistently for sort of at least some sort of long term or medium term. And so I've had kind of this idea about a channel for honestly years. I've been playing video games since I was, I think, about 4 or 5 years old. I'm not gonna lie. I've had, even before Nintendo, I had one of those really old, I don't even know what it's called, but one of those like 64-bit computers with like an audio cassette for memory. I don't know if there are any people on this channel who even know that those PCs existed. It was my father worked as an electronics engineer in Russia on a kind of a weird place, but sort of like a science, actually, a very unique science kind of focused lab in central Siberia. And so he brought one of these home. He was also kind of a commercial entrepreneur at the same time. And so he got some of these from Japan in something like 1993, that would have been, or so. And so I've played video games all my life. I played, my favorite games from childhood were Warcraft 2, Age of Empires 1, Commandos series. Those really that stand out in my mind. But I've played video games throughout my life, a little bit less in university, but then more so later. So I like all sorts of games, and I've always wanted to kind of share. I've always played games for immersion, and I've always kind of wanted to show people how I play the games, and essentially find more like-minded people. But I've always struggled. Whichever Discord server I joined, what group of people I fell in with, I found it almost impossible. Or there's always one person out of sort of 10, 20 that gets my idea, but the others, I think people very often play video games to win and to kind of to beat the game. And so they're looking for the guide, they're min-maxing the stats, and like they treat everything as kind of like a little stat. And so hopefully, the reason I created, or hopefully what this channel achieves is perhaps just bringing this type of gameplay to people, and for entertainment, to kind of teach people and to play slowly and teach people just the game, the basics, some of the mechanics maybe, although I'm not on top of all of the mechanics myself. But essentially, learn the game through these sort of slow and immersive playthroughs and be entertained by, me hopefully weaving a kind of coherent narrative that in Paradox games, right, spans, I guess in Hoi 4 it's maybe 10, 20 years, but it's something like Crusader Kings 3, it's 600 years of history, and you can kind of go over these little characters and remember what actually happened and when. I think that, I think these games can teach you about the world or help you understand history a lot more, and that's why I find them, immersive. And with time, perhaps also, as I mentioned, building a community of people who like to play these types of games in this particular way. I kind of have all these crazy ideas that have been swirling in my mind, but I think it's just too early to actually try and implement them in practice. But, what if we had 10 people who, if you like my videos and you play this game in a similar way, what if we had 10 of us playing, all the major countries in Hoi 4? And again, not min-maxing, not going for the most optimal division template or the most optimal path, none of that, but just really taking each country and playing as a major and taking it through that turbulent, period of history. Looking back, kind of taking a little bit into account how that country developed up to 1936, and also, kind of setting that country up for the future, sort of post 1949, or as we found out in the Japan playthrough, apparently the game doesn't end in 1949, which is what I always thought was the case. What if we had a dozen people playing, like 20, 30 people playing the way I play, Stellaris or Crusader Kings 3 or Victoria 3? I think Victoria 3 would be super interesting. But, and I have played Paradox games in multiplayer, but the issue is always that people treat it as a competitive game. It's more something like StarCraft. I played StarCraft and StarCraft 2, including kind of ranked games. And I just don't think, well, first of all, I don't really play the games that way anymore, and I don't really enjoy playing that way. But also Paradox games, I'm, to be honest, very surprised that a lot of the Hearts of Iron 4 content is very kind of competitive online play. I never thought that this is the game that would develop a competitive online environment kind of community. But, there's people that seem to be having fun, and I admit I sometimes enjoy watching those kind of videos, playthroughs myself. But ultimately, if we can build up a community of, immersioneers, then that would be fantastic. And I guess so that's kind of two reasons. And then the third one would be I just was always curious, given, I watch a lot of YouTube and I have been watching to since it came out on a range of subjects, both like for my kind of professional kind of career kind of stuff, sports, news, documentaries. I just always thought, wow, what an incredible platform, and how does it really work? And you can obviously find a few videos of people showing, some stats and this and that, but I've never seen it for a gaming channel, and not for sort of like a micro gaming channel with 218 subscribers and just 150 videos. So I thought I was just always curious, rather, to just upload some videos just to see what does this thing show me, and kind of do it properly so that it actually builds up, kind of some proper statistics. And I think now, for the first time in these 28 days, we'll go over some of the, like the YouTube analytics, and we will see how does this actually look like. What kind of information does YouTube give you? How does the channel develop? What works and what doesn't? So those are kind of the three main reasons, really, like to provide people with entertainment, maybe build a community, just see how YouTube works and see like where this hobby kind of takes me. And then among kind of, I think, maybe smaller reasons is number 4 would be that this acts as a sort of commitment device for me, which actually makes me play the game carefully, play it to the end, because Paradox games, I think many of us have experienced this as you just drop the playthrough kind of halfway through or 2/3 way through. But here I am kind of committed to actually finishing the playthrough. And to be honest, Hearts of Iron 4, that's the 3 playthroughs I posted, is frankly, I think Japan was the first time since Hearts of Iron 4 actually came out that I actually went all the way to 1949. Anyway, and in the next playthrough we do, this time I thought the game would actually end in 1949, but next time we will actually, set the game up to just, keep going. Maybe we'll play something like 1955 or 1956. It's okay if the texts are all old, and I guess past then there is no real point. But I think up to 1950 you can actually, play and continue to weave a coherent narrative. So it's a sort of like a commitment device that makes me play properly, continue my kind of immersion roleplay type style of play, and see the playthrough till the end. So those are kind of, the myriad reasons as to why I started. And the way I started, just kind of going over into the second part, and maybe people will find this useful from a sort of a micro gaming channel, to kind of, I'll just go over how I started and what worked and what didn't work. So you'll see the first video I actually posted was in December 2021, this Door Kickers 2. So let me just pause it. So I posted it 29th of December 2021. So I got COVID on that Christmas, and I couldn't go out. Literally I got COVID on like 14th of December. So I couldn't go out anywhere for the Christmas and New Year. I was just sitting at home, and I've had this idea for ages, right, about a YouTube channel or, doing something, building my community, literally for years before that. And then I recorded a few videos, and I recorded maybe like 5-10 videos. I recorded the whole campaign, but I just didn't like the way I sounded, didn't like kind of my gameplay. I thought I'm taking too long, I just sound too bad, and this and that. And I mean, ultimately I did get 36 views, so maybe I really was bad. But, and the way I'll just pull it up here, I had this kind of pages of a script, episode 1, here you see like, hello everyone. So I tried to memorize like all these 2 pages of text and just read them out as I play, right? And the idea here for Door Kickers 2 is that you create a plan for kind of how a team of military kind of special operators will breach a building, kind of throw flashbangs, turn corners and shoot the bad guys. And I had all of that recorded, and you see in the end I only posted one video. It didn't really get many views, but it took me ages to make it. I mean, I literally spent like 2 weeks, and the result of all of that was this one video. And then I just got so tired of it that, I just didn't want to post anything. And I've just kind of given up. Although I love the game. I love Door Kickers 2. Again, it shows that games can be kind of simple in a sense. It's got some very simple graphics, pretty simple premise, but the way it's executed is, I think, just so coherent and so immersive. Like if you play this game for sort of like these 5 hours, you really start to feel as though you are this special operator planning out this mission. And there's various ways to play. I like to play with a single plan, where you just create a massive plan and then you just hit the play button and see what happens. And there's a good degree of randomization in how enemies behave, and how long your soldiers take to kind of point their weapon at a target and shoot, and how accurate they are. So I think it's amazing. So I'll probably come back to this again. I mean, the developers have been a bit slow in actually releasing updates. So so I kind of stopped that. But that's kind of the first, I guess, tip then, guys, for you guys, is just get started. I mean, I spent years kind of dreaming about it, thinking about it. And then I spent like 2, and then I finally kind of got myself together to making this video. And then, then you'll see after this video, I spent until summer of this year, July or August, right, of 2023. So that's almost 18 months after this video. Again, just thinking and theorizing about how am I going to post these videos? What am I going to post? How am I going to do it? It's just all this stuff where all you really need to do is just get started and just start recording and posting videos. And, and don't get disappointed if you get kind of 36 views initially. I mean, this video, that's, 2 years on, it's 36 views, right? And there's a big community of Door Kickers players, to be honest. So yeah, I just think the video is a bit bad. But if I recorded kind of a dozen of these, it would have gone better. And, there's no need for a script like this as well. Like, I mean, it's impossible to memorize this. You're just going to have to start making videos and talking to the mic and talking to the camera, making mistakes, mispronouncing things, misremembering things like I do in many of my videos. I think I'm getting better, but just even getting over the fact that I'm sitting in a room alone, talking to a microphone, even that takes time and practice. That's kind of tip number one. Just get started and just start recording whatever it is you like. And so you'll see here, I kind of applied that lesson. And again, this August, I kind of had a lot of free time. So I just went ahead and started posting this video. And again, it's Punch Club is another game. It was actually Punch Club 2 came out. That's how I found out about Punch Club 1. But again, such a simple premise, and the graphics are, pretty basic. But the mechanics of the game are actually super fun. So I played this game. I think it was released. I mean, it doesn't even matter when it was released, but it was over like 5-6 years ago. And where you see it, I mean, it looks like it could easily be a game from the 90s. But it's so much fun, this game. I really liked it. And so I've just made, as a practice kind of thing, I started posting these. You'll see there's a full playthrough. So I thought, okay, I'll commit to finishing a playthrough, doing the best I can. I think there was actually one episode that got corrupted even, right? So you see episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, there's lots of, 6. Hang on. Where's 5? So 6, 7, 8 then got corrupted. Really? All of those got corrupted. And you see, and we only have episode 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I posted them all at the same time. So you see YouTube just kind of threw these around in a random order. And I got annoyed. So like the first things you upload will just never be perfect, no matter how much you try, honestly. How much I was trying to get it so right. But OBS, the recording software, just stopped working or something. It was for some odd reason. I changed some little setting. But basically it just corrupted those videos and they didn't record. So then I recorded, and they didn't get a lot of views, but that's just irrelevant. Then I went to Punch Club 2 here. You see, again, another super kind of coherent, immersive, I would even dare say immersive kind of game about you being a fighter in a fight club. And you have these sort of different techniques. You pick different moves. I think this is really a gem of a game. A kind of a small indie game. And you see I posted a full playthrough. That's 18 episodes of an hour. So probably 18, 20 hours of recording. Again, simple thumbnails, simple game. But it was kind of cool to get some views. I don't think I got any comments or maybe a few likes, but I don't think I got any comments. And then I picked another game to practice, and that was this War of Mine. I think that's a great, because these types of games like Punch Club 2, there's a little bit of risk involved here in playing all the fights, because you can lose, but it only kind of throws you back and then you continue. Which is not really the types of games I want to bring to this channel, because I don't really see what's the point of, games can be immersive. And I thought about even doing playthroughs of things like, I don't know, even like Red Dead Redemption, for example. I mean, that's an incredible game, an incredibly immersive game. But the fact that there is no risk of failure in there, and there's, the narrative is pretty much always the same, I think it makes it for a great game for single player. But on YouTube, I don't personally see why, especially by now, why anyone would be interested in watching. Although I keep kind of thinking maybe I will post like a few episodes once in a while of me playing it, because I keep itching to start another playthrough. I never actually finished it. I've started it twice. But then, so you see, so after Punch Club 2, what I'm kind of getting to is that I decided, okay, let's try one of the games, one of the ideas I had for the channel, to actually start implementing that. And I recorded this kind of 5 episodes of a short game of this War of Mine. Again, honestly, I think one of the best games I've ever played, one of the best games, I'd say even ever made, because of just how immersive it is. It just really makes you understand war and the great mechanics. Kind of simple, but at the same time complex. Things can go wrong very quickly in this game. I was actually really lucky that I managed to do this in 5 episodes, and this is actually one of the hardest starts. It's a father and a daughter alone. It's only 2 survivors as opposed to normal 3, and one of them is a child. So it was a really kind of tough start, but we got lucky, and I know some of the mechanics, although I haven't played in ages. We managed to complete it, and effectively leave the war zone after 5 episodes. So again, didn't get me any views. I mean, I think at this point I maybe had like 4 subscribers or something. So it's just no traction. So then I thought, okay, let's go over another old game that I like. It has a lot of risk, Crying Sons. So I did kind of 3 episodes here, and I'll do more episodes here, up to 11. But the reality is, what I understood by now is that indie games and older indie games simply do not have the audience to to kind of build a channel. They're just too old. No one wants to watch them. People have already watched all sorts of playthrough, and they've kind of fallen out of vogue. And so, you just don't get a lot of traction. Yeah, it was fun to play it, and it was interesting just to narrate, to read the text, to kind of explain my moves, etc. But you just won't. And you see, like, the lesson here is with indie titles, it's good for practice and for your own personal kind of fun, and just to learn how to upload to YouTube, how to record, make sure like how to post everything in order. You'll learn about OBS, and it will inevitably probably corrupt a couple of videos, etc. Right? Then you have a few kind of episodes here, but it was all kind of good lessons. And then a new game came out, right? This Landnahme came out, and I just saw it, and I thought, okay, great, indie game with a lot of risk. And effectively, Landnahme is kind of first 50 turns of Civilization. That's honestly the best. It's the first review you'll see on Steam, and it's the best way to describe it. And if you kind of fail those first 50 turns, then you have a few tries. And the premise of the game is you're settling Iceland as Vikings. You can fail, you can pick another clan, try again, but if you fail 3 times in a saga, or sort of a campaign, which consists of settling 6 regions, then you fail the game. But actually here, I kind of pick a good level of difficulty. It's a brand new game, so I thought I'd get in there. And it did actually get 150 views, right? Because it's a brand new game. People are interested. People are kind of Googling and obviously searching on YouTube for a playthrough, I was hoping. But in the end, didn't really gain that much traction, right? I think there were maybe like a few likes, maybe a few subscribers from these videos, but not much. So then I continued Crying Suns, and again, not much views. And then I just kind of bored a little bit, got a little bit frustrated. And then Baldur's Gate came out, right, in August this year, and I was really into it. I still am. I mean, I played the original Baldur's Gate 2. Never played Baldur's Gate 1, I don't think. But I definitely played Baldur's Gate 2. So Baldur's Gate 3 came out. So first of all, I was all the way on holiday. Then I played Baldur's Gate by myself and with my friends a lot. And then I thought, okay, why don't I actually do a playthrough? But I'll do something different from everyone else, right? And once I got the hang of the game, restarted, sort of 10, 20 times with different classes, etc. And I played multiplayer with my friends. And with the party, etc., I thought, okay, I'll do solo roleplay tactician. It's highest difficulty there, and I'll go solo as a character, which is possible. It's just really hard. And it seems like, I even kind of searched YouTube to see, okay, how many people actually play it that way, and there were like search terms for this, and the game was popular, and it was brand new. So I kind of gave it a good go, right? And I recorded 18 episodes. I actually have, I think, episode 19 that I didn't post. But you see, despite this being brand new AAA game, I mean, there's like 500,000 people, between 300 and 500,000 people playing this. And there's obviously playthroughs by many like massive YouTubers, but there aren't very many of solo roleplay playthroughs on Tactician with no exploits, right? There's no like buffing yourself before a fight or knowing exactly which direction to approach from. But regardless of all of that, right, but I did find doing this playthrough very interesting myself, but you see it never really got any traction. And I was kind of off on holiday again. So I recorded these 18 episodes. And again, it's what, 24 views. I mean, 1 view. That's it. I mean, 1 view for this one. I mean, and I don't understand how this worked. I kind of thought maybe YouTube is just against me, or it doesn't help like new YouTubers, or I don't know what the problem was, but look, it's just doesn't happen, right? And then I went away on holiday, and I was hoping that I'm not going to check my YouTube studio, and I had 10 subscribers, I remember, maybe some like 9 when I posted this last video and went on holiday. And I thought I'd come back. I was away for a month. I'd come back, open up YouTube, and I'll see like, how many subscribers would I've and how many views would I've gotten for these videos. And I came back, and I didn't look for the whole month. And I came back, opened my YouTube Studio app, and there was like +1 subscriber. So it was like 10. And the views, you can see, I mean 29 views for the first episode, and that's it. And I don't know why. I still don't know why. I think it's a very interesting playthrough. Even if you have played Baldur's Gate 3 and you've played it through, etc. Like, it's a really interesting story, because I'm playing this drow. Like, a lot of the narrative changes because of that. Because you're solo, again, the game adapts to that. But yeah, in any case, didn't get any traction, right? And that's kind of a lesson here. You got to experiment, but don't get discouraged. Like, you see, like, you kind of fail. And then I thought, okay, why don't I try a Paradox game? And I was actually really hesitant to do it. First of all, because I think there's plenty of people playing Paradox games on YouTube. I mean, plenty. I thought like, oh, well, why? What's the point? And second of all, I thought, okay, like all these games have DLC and patches coming out, right? Stellaris and Victoria 3 are coming this week, right? Crusader Kings was what, last week? Yeah, exactly. This Thursday, Legacy of Persia. There was only Hearts of Iron 4 left, right? With Arms Against Tyranny coming out probably just a few days before I posted this. And I haven't played that in years. And I'm not fantastic with the mechanics, as you could all obviously tell. But I thought, hey, again, just as an experiment, let me just start and play it my way, like slow, kind of methodical, immersive way without any exploits, etc. And I was quite, it's 288 views, so it's nothing to like write home about. But I was sort of blown away, after you post this and you get like one view for this like an hour and a half of playtime. And you get 288 views. You're like, wow, and you get like lots of likes. I mean, for me, lots. I mean, whatever, it was 5 or 10, but it's lots for me, right? So you see, I posted this, or 6 episodes, pretty much probably like a couple of days. And, the lesson here is, again, experiment, see what works, and you will you pick a good game, you pick a game with a wide audience, something new, something not indie, because, you don't really have a platform to like, make this indie game popular by yourself, right? But even then, try a few things and kind of don't feel, at the start, don't feel, how should I put it? Feel free to abandon a playthrough if it doesn't work, right? Here, like I was losing fun. Crying Sons, I saw it's not getting a lot of traction. But I thought, okay, maybe I should finish the playthrough just to show people that I actually capable of it. But I thought, okay, I'm just gonna switch to something I actually enjoy. And then here, I thought that this would be like, I thought this would be really popular, to be honest, but it wasn't popular. So, just don't be afraid to abandon playthroughs that are just not gaining any traction at all, right? And then I guess here I thought, okay, I'll pick my niche. I'll go slow and methodical and immersive. And here we are. This was the first playthrough for Hearts of Iron 4. I didn't know the mechanics. It wasn't perfect. I haven't played in ages, but I did post it. And this is actually, by my mark, I was very happy to get, over 100 or even over 50 views, let's say. For some reason, this one only got 29. But yeah, it's quite exciting. You actually see, a pickup in subscribers, a pickup in kind of views. And then I thought, and next, most importantly, so it's kind of the last tip here, is that when you post these, apart from the views, the biggest benefit of this whole thing is that people started commenting and saying, oh, we actually like the way you play. And someone suggested, I think someone suggested here that why don't you play Japan this way or play USSR? That was another request, right? And we'll see what happens later. So I actually, after I finished Hearts of Iron 4, I actually thought, I don't want to do any Hoi 4. I thought I actually recorded, Crusader Kings 3. I think I actually recorded Crusader Kings 3 House of Spartans just before this one. But I didn't post them. So I decided, what's the point? Legacy of Persia is coming out soon. I'm not going to post them. So I just saved those 4 videos. Just didn't have time to upload them. And I recorded this instead because I thought, okay, big game, new DLC, there is an audience, I have a niche, sort of how I play the game is different. So I got this, got like kind of like a sort of like a cool thumbnail, or at least like a semi decent one. And I put it out there and it actually got 288 views, got traction. And in the comments, people told me that they liked it, and they told me that they want me to play Japan and USSR, which USSR especially is way too big. Japan I never played, so I was very skeptical. So I thought, okay, like no way I'm going to play a major. I'm going to play something smaller, maybe. But I thought, yeah, maybe I come back to CK3. But because of those comments, you'll see in a second, I actually go back to Hoi 4. And in here, okay, again, Landnama came out with update 2.0. So I thought, and partly again, I do this channel because I'm actually interested in these games and I like playing these games. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try my hand at Landnama 2.0 again, right? And just play through with the update. And this was pretty cool, right? So I did this quite quickly. Probably took me like 3 days. I think I did 2 episodes per day. But it did get a bit more views than the previous one. What's really cool is that I actually got a comment from the developer. So you'll see here with Sonderland Games. And I actually posted on their on the announcement of the patch on Steam page. I posted in the comments saying, look, I really enjoyed your game. And I played version 1 and version 2.0, gave them some feedback, and I really do think it's a great game, etc. And I thought, okay, and I even posted a link there, of course, so it was a bit of a kind of shameless marketing. But even with that, like I only got like 30, what is it? 38 views in the end, right? Both for this one and the previous one. But what's really cool is to get comment from the developer, and it's 3 guys developing this game. From like France, Canada, and UK or something, or Germany maybe. So it's cool. It's just cool to get a developer of a little indie game that I actually think, again, is very nice. Just like Door Kickers 2 or like Punch Club. It's very different, this one. But just how small but so coherent and immersive this game is. I highly encourage you to check it out. It's a good challenge. Like Battle Brothers kind of is that, again, completely different genre, but in terms of the art style, the premise, the mechanics, all just fitting so well together. I love this game. I really hope developers release like 2.5 or 3, and then I'll definitely follow them and see what they release next. It's a great game, but again, didn't get a lot of views, so I thought, okay, like indie games, it's just not happening, right? Then I thought, okay, why don't I pick another? I do Hoi 4 again, because all the other games are waiting for DLC. Right, and I'll pick something a little bit bigger like Yugoslavia, and I'll again go and play really slow. And here you go. This one took off from the start. I got 400 views, 200, right? Sort of pretty much, okay, so 100 views for the first few episodes, and then it kind of trails off. And that's fine, right? I think it's always the case, but I did get a lot of likes. There were a lot of people commenting. Again, and again, guys, thank you for all who commented, because it's very encouraging when people say like, oh yes, I like the way you play, even if it's one person, but the person making these videos actually seems like, oh my god, like everyone loves my videos, or like not everyone, but there is like people, you think like for everyone who likes or comments, there's probably maybe 10 or 20, and you see these views, you're hoping that other 400 people who watch this, and 50% of people turn off after 30 seconds, which we'll see in a second in YouTube analytics. But this is like 10, 20 people maybe who watched this all the way through and enjoyed it. I went through Yugoslavia, but I still thought, maybe it was in the Yugoslavian playthrough that someone commented that they wanted me to do Japan or an USSR, right? But I thought, come on, no way, like Japan, I don't know, the naval game, etc. So I left that alone, and I thought, okay, Victoria 3, let's give that a go, right? And I thought, okay, it's still, right, the 1.5 kind of final patch is coming out this, I think, kind of a Tuesday or Thursday. Plus, they announced the DLC a few days after I started with the focusing on South America. So again, not ideal, but I thought, whatever. I'll just take the open beta and learn the game myself, and hopefully, help others learn the game just on a simple 2-state country like Chile. It is suggested in the game as a starting game. And so I went for this playthrough, and you see, like, look again, like you pick a good game and you play. Kind of play in a kind of some sort of niche way that is actually, maybe appealing and presents something different, I guess, to everyone. Then it gets some traction. You guys got 450 views. I didn't realize that Victoria 3 in the end actually got more views than Yugoslavia here. But as I was posting these, I could see that I get like more and more views across all videos every day, more watch time, more likes, more subscribers, and we could have had like maybe 30, 50 subscribers here. So you go, there you go. There's another playthrough. I kind of completed this. People were positive. And then you'll see here, I dropped these 4 episodes of Crusader Kings 3, which I never even intended to post, because I thought I'd wait for Legacy of Persia and do a Middle Eastern playthrough. But you'll see that Crusader Kings 3 just took off straight away. It got like hundreds of views super quick. It was competing with Yugoslavia and then overtook it within like the first day. And it's like 2,000 views now. It's by far the best. Oh, actually, not by far. Okay, now it's actually close as well with Japan. But it got to 2,000 views super quickly. And so, yeah, it's like you never know, I guess, the lesson here, what people will like. So you have to try a few things and just throw it out there, right? And see what people like. And lots of people like it. I think this video got some like 50 likes. So people like me playing Crusader Kings 3 in particular in my kind of my own slow and immersive way, as I call it. And then again, Japan, the idea for the Hoi 4 Japan playthrough came from one of the comments in Yugoslavia. And that's why, again, it's useful to just keep posting, keep trying different things, different videos, and people will encourage you, that you will get views, and people comment on what maybe they think you should do, and you follow that, right? And I posted Japan, that again, like, took off straight away, this video. And, you know, got lots of views, and people continue to like. There's clearly demand, I guess, in the community for someone to just play through Japan and play it kind of slowly and methodically. So here you go. Japan, I really enjoyed this playthrough, really enjoyed making it, and I think the people enjoyed it in the end. I kind of messed up on a couple of things mechanically, and then towards the end, also I did get kind of a little bit tired of it, and yeah, I actually thought the game would end in 1949, so I didn't think there was any point in continuing. But anyway, you know, I've learned a lot about Hoi 4 mechanics, but also how to make playthroughs and how to make playthroughs of Hoi 4 in particular, etc. So it's very, very useful. And then, you know, I see here I posted again, for example, I thought I had more subscribers now. Again, it's a brand new game, Iron Oath. Game, you know, I really enjoyed. I only played it for something like an hour by myself, and I thought, okay, I'll do an episode 1. Actually did pretty well, you know, for my channel, 470 views. It did get some likes, so I might actually record maybe even this week, episode 2 or 3. I think it's a great little game, great mashup of Battle Brothers, Darkest Dungeon, kind of almost like the Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity. It's got like all sorts of like a great mashup of mechanics, basically. But yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't more popular though, given it's brand new. Blind Iron Man, I thought it was pretty interesting. I was expecting more, but you know, didn't happen. But I might post another episode. And yeah, and here we are. We're kind of currently doing the CK3 playthrough. I don't know if it's just more people playing Crusader Kings 3 in general, or maybe people like my style more. But I'm hoping, you see, so here, for example, we're getting 300 views at 300 episode 9. But yeah, the videos I posted kind of a day or two ago, kind of like 20 views, right? Probably like 2 or 3 likes. But here we are, guys. Kind of those are the lesson, you know. Let's just recap. I guess, you know, don't wait. Just get started. You know, post a couple of complete playthrough. Pick the games you actually enjoy. And they can be indie games. Maybe it's even better if they were indie games, because, you know, these games taught me how to just make a video, upload it, make a thumbnail, test my voice. I mean, it's still not great, I think, my delivery, but, you know, definitely better if you watch this video. Like, I think you will already feel a massive improvement. I mean, don't get discouraged. That's kind of lesson number 2. You never know what the audience might actually want. Just keep trying different games. Don't be afraid to abandon playthroughs if you stopped enjoying them yourself, or if you don't get a lot of traction. You know, keep trying again different games here. You know, try a big game. I'd say it's better still, because you see Paradox is the one that actually, you know, gained views. Do pick a big game, a new game, and try to play it in some sort of different way. And that, again, that might not even work. You see, it didn't work with Baldur's Gate 3 for me, despite me like pouring 20 episodes into it. But then, you know, then switch to a different game and it will work, right? You can see, again, me going to indie, doesn't work. Paradox works. Even open beta kind of patches works. And then, yeah, like, for example, some things are completely unexpected. I did not think that Crusader Kings 3 would actually be the most popular video, and it still is the most popular video on this channel so far in the last 28 days. So yeah, these are kind of all the lessons, guys. And so, give me a second, let me just check. Okay, I can't even check how long this video is already, because I'm recording this my screen. But let's go ahead and kind of move to part 2 of the video, and I'll just go to, I think it's, yeah, manage videos, and you'll see this is kind of the YouTube analytics. So this is kind of the page you get if you have kind of a channel. You can go to like dashboard. There's also a companion kind of like YouTube Studio iPhone app, which I think is actually really good, and kind of gives you a summary. But let's just go over here to show you what it actually shows. So channel dashboard, just latest video performance, right? Let's say first 3 hours and 31 minutes, that's episode 16, right? You see you get 22 views. It even shows you kind of, normally I get between 4 and 7, but here I get 22. It's 1 out of, ranking by views, 1 out of 10. I think it's like in the same period in the first 3 hours. And then pretty much every video I post now, I guess just because you have more subscribers and maybe the YouTube pushes it out to more people, it's sort of number 1 in terms of views by this time, by 3 hours and 31 minutes. I think it's comparing other videos, to this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because you see, so for example, episode 10, it will say in the first 3 hours it got 0 views. Yeah. So for example, episode 13, in the first 3 hours and 30 minutes got 7 views, whereas this one got 22. You'll see the impressions click-through rate. This video is right, so it's 3.5%. So it's and we'll go over these in a second. It's what percentage of people actually click on the video, of those people that YouTube actually presents the thumbnail on their sort of homepage or channel page or wherever, or YouTube search or Google search. Have average view duration 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Because most people, again, we'll see that in a second, click away from a video in the first, literally 30 seconds, at least half to maybe 60%, which drops, brings this number down. So when you see like kind of minutes, it's actually, it's not really representative of how much people like your video, I think, but it is representative of kind of on the average, just as a stat, how are people sticking around or not? Kind of an odd metric, but I think I got used to it by now. So you'll see here, normally my videos, I guess, get between 1 minute 23 and 3:33, and this one is, a little bit above average, I guess. Yep. And so you see published videos, kind of just a little summary. They could really improve on this page, to be honest, but this is just a dashboard. So it's got kind of how many comments, how many likes it's got, etc. This is the latest post I made just now about kind of the community. Kind of new achievements, 1,000 hours watched, 10,000 views I got. That was 7 days ago. Okay, that's kind of a relevant channel. Analytics, get current subscribers, 219. So we even got 1 subscriber as I'm making this video. Kind of summary views. So we have 15.7 thousand views in total and 1.7 thousand watch time. So it's, So let's say if this was 17,000 views, so that's about basically a full hour of viewing. For every 10 views, someone watches my video for an hour. And given all of my videos are about an hour long, intentionally, for an episode, so every 10 clicks, someone actually watches the video all the way through, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just click on the next button here. So you have content. This is kind of a summary. This is where I can pick and say kind of, is this video private, unlisted, public, or schedule a video. And when it loads up, it kind of uploads to YouTube. And then it kind of tells me how many hours will it take to process it to 4K. So I just, once I've uploaded, I just read what that time says and just, click kind of schedule and publish it, at whatever time in the future that I kind of estimate it will be finished processing up to 4K. And you'll see here, right? So by views, you can sort this all right now they're sorted by date as I publish them. So published kind of a couple today. So 17 kind of the views, how many comments it got, how many likes it has. So if we go, let's go by views, for example, quickly. So you see the Crusader Kings 3 episode 1, right? So that was 30th of October. So that's what, 13 days. So about 2 weeks has been up. It's got 2,000, almost 2,100 views. It's got 66 likes, guys. And thank you all who posted. 14 comments, right? If you're enjoying it, like, it motivates me immensely. Like, I can't believe there's 66 people who actually clicked like on that. So Hoi 4 Japan episode 1, for example, okay, almost 1,900 views, 15 comments, 76 likes. Okay, so people in Hoi 4, more loyal. They actually like your videos more. Then you have episode 18, for some odd reason, got 600 views, right? 2 comments, 12 likes, and 2 dislikes. So people didn't like something. And my heart breaks every time I get a dislike, guys. And there's probably been about 15 people who unsubscribe. So I do see sometimes, because like I mentioned, I do check my subscriber count like literally every hour for the past 28 days. People do unsubscribe, and it makes me sad, guys. You don't know what you're missing. But anyway, obviously you're free to do so. I think there's quite a lot of people who are unsubscribed because I think they subscribed when I posted CK3, and then I started posting all Hoi 4 Japan. So my theory is that a lot of people unsubscribed because they were expecting more CK3 and it didn't come, and so they left. But maybe they have come back since then. Maybe will come back in the future. I don't know. But here we are. For example, Hoi 4 episode 18, episode 2 actually got 500 views, 21 likes. Pretty good. So Victoria 3, episode 1, got 452 views, 4 comments, 25 likes. Yeah, Yugoslavia. Also, actually, Iron Oath, episode 1, actually got more than Yugoslavia, more views, and only 6 likes though. Yeah, Yugoslavia got 27 likes. Yeah, and so I say Finland, episode 1, actually all the way here, 288 views, 6 likes. So yeah, so overall it's kind of on the uptrend. Let's see. Let's just go quickly. Oh, okay, we can't actually sort by likes, unfortunately. But here we are. Yeah, that's kind of how this content tab looks like. We can go to kind of live, your live streams, posts. So these are the posts I made, right? And I kind of thanked everyone for 50 subs, for 100 subs, now 200, right? And these were polls, and this is a text, right? So like a few comments you guys made, responses, 33, 25, etc. So playlists I made. I actually tried to make a Ghost Recon Breakpoint video today, but it didn't really work. I need a new PC, which should come in the next kind of couple of weeks because it kept stuttering. But yeah, for example, that's another game I find very immersive. But on the other hand, I'm not sure if it has a place on the channel. And unfortunately, like the AI and some of the gameplay aspects are a bit meh, right? Whereas like the arts kind of style, the aesthetics of the game are incredible. Like you really do feel like you're in a jungle fighting the bad guys. Yeah, here we go. I never bought any promotions, obviously. I don't really see why you would, like what the point is. Although, I mean, I'm for a gaming channel. Maybe for something else on YouTube, that's pretty useful. So yeah, so then there's the main screen of analytics. This is actually the most interesting one. So you see, so channel analytics overview. Your channel got 15,727 views in the last 28 days, right? Right. So obviously, like it's more than 999% more than the previous 28 days because it was like 50 views maybe in total, right? Maybe 100 views, and that's not even an exaggeration. Probably 100 views in the 28 days before this, because that was all Baldur's Gate, right? That was September, and literally, right, those got like probably less than 100 views for 20 episodes, or 18 episodes, or 20 hours of content. So you'll see. So here, so Sunday 15th was when it was actually Monday 16th that I posted, I think. Finland, and then I posted Landnama, okay, and all these other videos. So it shows you like what videos you posted kind of on that day, and you'll see here Victoria, one video published, Victoria 3, or maybe it was Crusader Kings 3 I posted here, and I started the Japan playthrough, so it all kind of shot up to views, and this is kind of views on that day. So I got 300 views per day, 778, 1,300, right? And then I kind of continue with Japan playthrough, and the views kind of declined, right? It also follows kind of the day of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's typically a lot less viewership, but on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get a lot of views, and you'll see get a lot of subscribers from those views as well. So you see right now we're kind of averaging like 1,000 views per day, right? As opposed to at the start when it was 50, maybe 100, right? And obviously there's more videos on the channel, right? There's 150 videos. Let's even say there's 50 videos that are recent, right? Then obviously if each one of those gets at least one view, that's already 50 views, right? So yeah, this is kind of natural as you post more videos, but hopefully if the quality of videos is good and continues to improve, this will keep growing. So right now I guess we're kind of stuck on, no, actually the average is still going up, right? So average still go up to 1,000. This was kind of an abnormal peak because there was Crusader Kings 3, but it keeps rising, right? Then we have watch time, which is, arguably is actually more important because a view is basically someone clicking on the video, right? That's all. Watch time is how much have people actually watch, like how much time they spent on the channel watching my videos. That's pretty cool. You see, like it kept kind of rising steadily, and you see here, like the views rose, the watch time also rose, and that's what's important. And then here, this is again CK3 and Hearts of Iron Japan playthrough, boom. And since then, it's pretty amazing. Like every day, there's 100 hours of watch time. Every day, like 100 hours people watch my videos. Like today, or say yesterday, Saturday, 150 hours people spent watching my videos. I know it's cumulative, and some people like actually they kind of switch away, right? So it does. It's not exactly that, say 150 videos were watched for 1 hour, but still, like, it's pretty cool. I think like people are finding it interesting, hopefully educational to some degree, and entertaining. So pretty cool. And then it shows you kind of subscribers. So as every day, right? How many subscribers did I get? Right, 6, 8, 2. It's a big increase, right? Again, with Hearts of Iron 4 and Crusader Kings 3. And it will show, I'll show you guys in a second. When you click on an individual video, you can actually see how many subscribers you got from that video, how much watch time you got, etc. So you see kind of boom, and then it falls. Kind of, so you see here Tuesday. So I think it correlates with videos you post. If you post really good videos, you obviously get subscribers on that day. It does also correlate with days of the week. So kind of Sunday, Monday, you do get more subscribers, whereas kind of Monday to Thursday, you don't get a lot. So you see like it falls again. So this week there's only 6, 5, 7, but on Friday I got 15, Saturday got 16. I mean, today is probably like 20 because yesterday night, so yesterday night, 220, another subscriber while we're making this video. So yesterday, I think I went to bed, it was 199, I think. So yeah, so already got 21 over the course of today. It's obviously a Sunday. People are watching our videos, subscribing, etc. So pretty cool here, right? And then you see obviously here is a bit of a summary. We'll go into more detail a bit here. But you see over these 28 days, your top content in this period, it actually shows you Crusader Kings 3, some episode 1, again, average view duration, 6 minutes, so about 10% of the video. Hoi 4 Japan, 7 minutes 45 on average, pretty good, 8.6 though. The video itself is longer. Episode 13 is apparently people really liked. I don't know why. I think that's when I finished the war, maybe. When I started building up the navy finally. Episode 2 actually has 8 minutes. Oh yeah, but here, here is, I guess it's sorted by views. But you see, here, so it's only 2 minutes. People kind of didn't really watch all that much. Whereas episode 2, people also watched a lot. Not as many views as episode 1, but clearly, people who click on episode 2 are clearly interested. So more and more people watch. So 15% of the video on average was watched. On average, pretty good. Iron Oath, only 3 minutes 50. Episode 19, Victoria, people watched for almost 10 minutes, about 16% of the video. And that's on average again. For average, statistically, it's a pretty good. Episode 2 of Crusader Kings, Yugoslavia, episode 1s, right? CK3, episode 8, it counts this as recent upload. Yeah, I guess that was 3 days ago. So 3 minutes. Yeah. You can see kind of what's a good time, what's a bad time, and what to expect, etc. I hope you find that useful. And then here on that analytics tab, we can also go to content. And then here just gives a bit more info. So there's views again, which we already went over. Then it also has impressions. Impressions is just how many times your video thumbnails were shown to viewers, right? Includes only impressions on YouTube, not external sites or apps. Okay, so actually this doesn't include Google or something. So 434,000. That's pretty incredible for someone who just started, like a new channel. I don't know, people always complain about the YouTube algorithm, etc., but I don't know, I'm pretty happy, right? That, look, it actually pushes out my videos, and as soon as you guys like, subscribe, and comment, right? Because it's obviously it's an AI, it's a program, right? So the longer people stay on your video, I think watch time is also very important. I think that's probably the primary metric. YouTube knows if people are watching this video, it will push it out. And then if people are liking and commenting, kind of subscribing on that video, then it will push that out video exponentially more and more. So you'll see, pretty cool. Like 30,000 people might see a thumbnail of my video every day. I think that's incredible. And only 3%, 2.9% of them will actually click on it, right? And this is what converts to views. I think if we multiply one by the other, we should get about 16,000 views. Right. And I've read somewhere, I kind of looked for some stats on the internet just to kind of help orient myself as to, is that a good number or a bad number, 2.9. I actually read, it's unclear, people are kind of all over the place on the internet, but there was one article that I found kind of useful and, more credible maybe. But it actually said the typical for YouTube videos is between 5 to 20%. So I'm kind of hoping, so 3% is obviously a little low. So I'm kind of hoping to get this up, and it's kind of trending up maybe, but I'm kind of hoping to get this to maybe some like 5%. And it's interesting, just to kind of theorize why does this happen. I guess people want to see, the more views your video have, I think the more people like to click through on it, because they think, oh, it's like if a video has 1.8 million views, people feel like, oh, I have to watch that. So that's one reason. And like the more views my videos will get, the more people will click through on them. And the other reason would be obviously subject matter. And the other one is kind of a thumbnail. But I don't like clickbaity thumbnails or titles. I just find YouTube is all completely like oversaturated with like clickbait content, and just generally people starting up YouTube channels as a business and just kind of doing everything right and by the book, focusing on only one game, a certain type of content with like clickbait, etc. I just find it like really tiring. So I think, I would like to make my thumbnails a bit prettier and a bit better. But otherwise, it's about slow and immersive playthroughs. Someone suggested in the comments I should call these walkthroughs. I don't know if you guys feel that that's a better way. Maybe I will. Maybe I will experiment with the wording. But for me, like slow and immersive playthrough of game X, kind of the best way to describe what I do, what I'm trying to achieve. So you'll see here, right? So that's kind of 3%. And there's average view duration. Obviously, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't think that's correct stats, to be honest. 1940, maybe people who actually watched my Baldur's Gate videos actually enjoyed them a lot. So they weren't many views, but they did look at them for a long time. So that metric was huge. But since then, it's come down to something like 3, 7, 5, and even like 9 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty cool. Like 7.5, I'm pretty happy. Like 6 minutes. If I pushed it up to 10 on average, I think that would be really good. I mean, for every hour I record, right, people watch 10 minutes out of 60, and I mean, right, people say if you don't like it, you don't like it, or if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. But if you gave it a good 10 minutes on average, I think it'd be really good. I'd be really happy. And that means people really kind of looked at the way I play, because it is a slow way of playing, and they really tried to understand whether they like it or not. Yeah, but I'm quite happy. I think so I say today was 7.5 minutes on average, 6 minutes. So about 10% of my videos actually get watched on average. I think that's pretty good. And yeah, so there's these stats, and then down below here, it actually shows you this kind of cool stat here. You see, so for every video, it actually shows you the pattern at which people switch away from your video. And you see, and it has this metric that YouTube uses, which is still watching at 30 seconds. So for example, with Hoi 4 episode 15, for some reason, 96% of people kept watching past episode 15. And that's good for me to know. It's something I go back to these videos and try to see, what's the best way to basically handle the first 30 seconds. Because, right, the way YouTube works, right, you publish a video, and YouTube makes an impression, right, puts the thumbnail up for someone to see it. If your thumbnail is, eye-catchy, and your title of your video, they actually click through it, right, and you get click-through rate. And that means you get a view, right? You get one view. And then when the video starts, you get the first 30 seconds to keep the viewer actually watching your video, right? This is the first 30 seconds you have, but I like to kind of start out slow, but you kind of have to work on your intro, because the first 30 seconds are as important as the thumbnail, because those two together is kind of on you, right? It's on YouTube to push your video out, right? And if it's a new video, but it's on you to create the thumbnail and the title and the first 30 seconds of the video, because all of those three lead to kind of like engagement and watch time, and that's what YouTube likes, and that's how it promotes your videos further. So kind of interesting. Iron Oath, for example, 89% still watching at 30 seconds. And we'll have a look though. I mean, you still see that like 80% of people by 1 minute 19, all right, 82% of people have dropped off. And even for Hoi 4 Arms Against Humanity Japan, by 1 minute, right, we lost 80% of people. By 9 minutes, we lost 96% of people, sadly. And there was like one person who watched all of this till the end. right? And if we take, like Victoria 3 here, so you had a particularly good intro. So 70% of people were lost, right? And I mean, 1 minute in, still pretty good actually here. So what, 80% were lost by 4 minutes. Yeah. And it even shows you see that gray line is kind of the typical for my videos. So you can kind of see if it's better or worse. See, below typical intros is when we have like episode 7. Apparently people didn't like it. So it's something for me to go over, and for anyone who kind of, I guess, has a channel, runs a channel, go over and actually understand, how to work on those first 30 seconds. Yeah. So then let's go over to the next tab in the analytics, and here we go, is audience, right? So there's a few metrics for my audience. Returning viewers, 169, previous 2 days processing. But I guess before that, it's 169 returning viewers, right? And obviously there is, and you can see this chart below, right? So new viewers versus returning viewers. New viewers keep kind of hovering around 100, to be honest. Most of well, no, they have gone up, right? They have gone up just very slowly. But you new viewers, right? We get a lot, like 1,000 new people just clicking on the videos. Right, you have unique viewers here, just kind of separately. And you have subscribers, how you've gained subscribers. And that's what I mentioned before. Like it goes in line with you posting or me posting videos, but also you get more on something like here. We actually got a lot on Tuesday. I think this one correlated again with me posting new videos, and others posts correlated more with the weekend. And here below you can see videos growing your audience, right? For example, CK3 House Ones episode 1, new viewers who returned, very high. Or 4, I'm thinking still in episode 1, very high. And then Victoria was moderate. Yeah, so it's good to channels. It's good to kind of see what works and what doesn't. Channels that your audience watches. Last 28 days feedback IRL. I think that's a good guy. I mean, I think he has a lot of good info on Hoi 4. I just think that he sometimes the way he plays, for example, which I mean a lot of people enjoy. Don't get me wrong, but it's I guess right the opposite of how I like to play. Generalist gaming, don't know that. Torior, I have to check this out. I haven't actually seen this channel. Zilia, I haven't seen this channel either. But that's useful. I can also see, apparently, at least according to YouTube, where you guys are watching. Maybe pick up some good tips from there. Yeah, then it shows you when your viewers are on YouTube, right? So as you can see, no one's up until 12 p.m. I have that's GMT. That's my time, London time. And then, yeah, I mean, unsurprisingly, it's past 6. It used to be, like 10 days ago when I was looking at this, it was all Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now actually Monday to Thursday, Monday to Wednesday lit up as well, right? Very many. But it seems like, yeah, obviously Friday, Saturday, Sunday is very popular. So kind of, again, I mean, I try to post every day, but generally for people, I guess if you want to start your own channel, etc., you're thinking about it. I guess it's good to spend like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday working on videos if you do more editing, and then you post for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Seems like that's the best way. So then what your audience watches. Oh yeah, some videos you can tell me. So best Hearts of Iron 4 divisions. I watched that video. That's a good one. Both of these parts. Can I save my Germany? That's a pretty cool one. Yeah. Can the last Persian revive his dead dynasty? Okay, I haven't seen this one, for example, but apparently that's what a lot of you also watched. Clans are now broken. Okay, I like that. I mean, again, many people obviously enjoy watching this video, but I just think words like broken, etc., OP, just way too overused on YouTube. But yeah, and even though if it does work, I don't like. I won't make titles like these. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And here, down below, watch time from subscribers, non-subscribed versus subscribed. Quite interesting, right? That 85% of people by watch time. So 85% of watch time is from people who have not subscribed. And, and it's okay. I mean, I'd love for you guys to subscribe. But it's interesting because, you always hear, I mean, I always heard like other YouTubers always say like, oh, 80% of people watch this video are not subscribed. Or like at least half, I think. You probably get this to a maximum of 50%. But it just got me thinking over the past like 28 days that, okay, so wherever you see a channel with like, say, 10,000 subscribers, it's actually more like 20,000, right? Because half the people I think at least half the people are not subscribed, right? And if it's 80%, it means the audience is actually from 10,000 more like 50,000. Now think about channels who have like 1 million subscribers. I actually mean about 5 million people watch them, right? Pretty incredible. Although I don't know, for like million-sized channels, is this metric? Maybe it actually does go over 50%. I have no idea. But I would assume, a lot of people just don't bother subscribing. Even though this is not views, because at first I thought, okay, this is normal because most people click away, but this is not actually views. This is actually watch time, right? Your channel's watch time divided by between subscribers and not subscribers. So this is watch time, not just views, I think. There you go. Age and gender. We have 99.3 of you are male. There is apparently 0.6 female. Hello, welcome. Yeah, everyone's welcome here. And I'd love, if you're a girl, a woman, female, do comment. It'd be pretty cool to see how, girls play these games. Is it actually any different? Is the thought pattern any different in any ways? Like, I don't know, how like girls play CK3 with like a pretty male dominated society at the time. I don't know, all very interesting to me. User specified 0.1. Okay, well, you're welcome too. And yeah, age distribution, pretty cool. 18 to 24 years old, it's about 40%. 25 to 34, 40%. Also not particularly surprising, although I'm actually surprised how many young people like Paradox games. It's good thing. But 35 to 44 years old, actually quite a few people, 15% of people. Even some people 45 to 54, 55 to 64. Pretty cool. 65 plus even. I mean, it's great to see people. And again, like, I welcome all comments, guys, on my videos. How do different people perceive my videos and video games in general and Paradox games, etc.? I mean, if I'm for 65 today, right, that means you were young in like 80s, and now you're sitting there like watching YouTube and playing these games that simulate, the entire society. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then, a few other stats. So we went over these, but formats that your viewers watch on YouTube, okay, that kind of is always full. I've never seen any other stats. But geographies, it's pretty cool. United States, 27%. I actually didn't expect to be so many, but look, a quarter of people watching my videos are from the United States. United Kingdom, 9%. That's a third between US and UK. That's 30, that's a third of subscribers. And then it's Germany, 5% almost. Canada, 3%. Netherlands, 2.6%. And we can go ahead and click more, right? You get Canada, Netherlands, Poland, Australia, Brazil, Sweden, France, Italy, Spain. That's all at least 1% or above. And then, okay, then you get like an odd Turkey, Russia, views. Okay, 120, 147. Finland, Serbia, Denmark, Czechia, Greece, India, Norway. So still Europe, I guess. Japan even. Pretty cool. Lithuania, 10 viewers. Israel, 10 viewers. Egypt, UAE, Ukraine, Slovakia, Argentina, Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan had 17 views. More than Argentina, Croatia. That's pretty cool, Kyrgyzstan. Saudi Arabia even had more views. New Zealand, Jamaica. Pretty cool. Thank you all for watching, guys. Top subtitle. Okay, so this just tells me that, okay, most of you don't use subtitles. Maybe sometimes English subtitles. A little bit of Spanish, Japanese, tiny bit. Yeah. And then for research here, okay, at this tab I haven't actually used it a lot, but apparently if I search for something, for example, like Hoi4, it actually tells me, for example, what do people search for. I think there are other services that are better. I haven't actually utilized them yet because I just want to try. The games I actually know how to play, and I just do like the basic playthrough, right, from start to finish. Maybe in the future, this is useful to see what are people looking for. And in terms of creating the title, I think this is useful just to what you put in the title. So if you see for Hoi4, people search for Hoi4, Arms Against Tyranny DLC download, 224 Hoi and 336 song DJ. I don't know what that means. Hoi4 Arms Against Tyranny download. Oh, people looking for download games for free, I guess. Hoi4 all DLC Steam. Download Arms Against Tyranny, Hoi4 free DLC. Yeah. example, if we go CK3 right now, Game of Thrones, actually more popular than Legacy of Persia. You got playthrough mods, Roman Empire, CK3 multiplayer, CK3 Persia. Yeah, kind of helps you with that. And then there's just a summary of all comments. There's kind of subtitles, etc., copyright. So none of this is really interesting. I think the last thing I'll show, so I probably went on for quite a while already, but another pretty cool thing to show is that if you actually click through on a video, it actually shows you stats by each video. So for example, let's go ahead, the most popular video on the channel, right? This video got 2,100 views, and you can see how it evolved. It just kind of shot up, something like 1,500 in the first 3 days. First 3 days, for example, by Thursday, 2nd of November, it got 1.3 thousand views. Typical in this period for me is 20 to 60, right? And then it went whoop. And right now, typical in this period for me is 50 to 150, and this one got 2,000, right? Watch time, 223.6 hours. Pretty cool. So people continue watching this. It got me 15 subscribers, and you can see even when, right? So nothing, but boom, +1, +1. Oh, someone actually unsubscribed while watching this video. That's sad. Hope it was a misclick, right? They must have subscribed straight away after. And yeah, it shows me, for example, how viewers found this video. YouTube recommendations, 73% of views, and from YouTube Home for up next. Channel pages, playlist page, YouTube search, other. Right, it shows key moments for audience retention. Average views 6 minutes, average percentage 9. Again, to see this gray little bar is my typical video, so this is way above my typical. So at 38 seconds, so almost a minute in, so still half people are watching. Right, and then it's 1 minute in, about 40% people are watching, and then generally, about 20% of people watch the 10 minutes or 7 minutes. By the end, about 8% of viewers remain. Quite interesting, right? And it says reach, for example. For this particular video, it got 39,000 impressions. The click-through rate was 4.4. Interesting, it actually went up. Yeah, look at this. It actually went up. I guess people are searching for CK3 playthroughs with the Legacy of Persia coming out. Right, it's got 2.1 thousand views. Okay, unique viewers, 500. Right, okay, then about 100. How viewers find this video? Okay, we've talked about that. Impressions and how they lead to watch time. Right, so that's kind of what I talked about a little bit before. It's got 40,000 impressions. People click through 4.2% of the time. Got almost 6,000 views, and that results in 152 hours of watch time. Pretty cool. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I mean, it makes me really happy and kind of satisfied and fulfilled, and just so relieved that wow, people actually like playing the game the way I play it. Hopefully with time we create a community of like-minded immersioneers, but that is some way in the future. So for example, playlist featuring a video, etc. We have engagement, so you can see watch time, duration, etc. So kind of similar stats. I typically look at this at my phone, so I'm a little bit actually not too familiar with the web interface. I think it's all presented a little bit nicer on the app. But here we are, returning viewers, unique viewers, subscribers. Again, all of this who watched this particular video from where. 97 of you are not subscribed, guys. Well, I guess if all of you did subscribe, I'd have 2,000 subscribers. But that's fine, it's always the way it is. I don't always subscribe. Even sometimes when I like a video, I don't always subscribe immediately, right? Kind of trying to manage your homepage. And United States, United Kingdom. So guys, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you, really, because personally, I've never seen anyone actually show what goes on behind kind of the hood on YouTube, especially for a small channel. So this is literally the first 28 days where I got any number of sizable views and watch time. I mean, I think 1.7 thousand hours of watch time, I think that's incredible. This is the number that I personally focus on. That makes me think wow. If you say one of my episodes is an hour long, so 1,700 times someone actually sat through an hour and watch my video. That is super cool. Right, people actually do click the subscribe button. Pretty cool. People like, people comment. I mean, 2 people subscribed just as we were making this video. Yeah, guys, but yeah, I don't want to, I think I've pretty much rambled on. This video is probably an hour long already, if not longer. But again, yeah, I think that's probably it for this first channel update. I hope you found it useful. I hope you continue to watch the content and see it improve. For those of you that were just looking for kind of a gaming channel, little background, some tips, hope you found those useful. Maybe those who are looking to see how does YouTube actually work. Hopefully you found that useful, and with a practical kind of example, a real world example of a gaming channel and what these stats actually look like. And yeah, hopefully I found it interesting to make it, find it interesting to make these videos and just kind of geek out over these stats and how they develop. I'm super curious to see, how does it continue to develop. That's what motivates me to kind of hopefully try and make better videos and just see this trend line going up. And yeah, hopefully we look at future videos, future kind of channel updates together and see how it's developed in the future. Maybe I give you more tips or lessons learned then. But yes, I think for now, it's probably it for this channel update, guys. But again, thank you all for watching, subscribing, and liking. I really appreciate it. It really encourages me, makes me happy, and yeah, motivates me to just keep this up and continue kind of making these videos better and better. But yeah, thank you all very much, guys. I'll make a cut here, but hope to see you in the next episode, or I don't know, next playthrough. Bye all, and thank you all again.